first and 10 at their own 23. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Allen Bailey in on the stop. On second down now. It's Elliott. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Prescott from the gun on third. Caught by Cobb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Fourth down, Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
And the decision paid off indeed. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job. But just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Elliott running right. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much Much tougher third down looming. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Now Prescott on 4th down. Complete to Jason Witten. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. It's a gain of 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
From the 30 on second down, Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Gun. Hey, Tuesday. Wait. Alert flare. Shift. Hey, orbit. Let him go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A pickup of 27. And they pick up the first down in the process.
Hey, ready? Line 54. I got one.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10.
Switch.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, South. We got this. Hey, watch it. Shoot. Watch. Check.
Out of of the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. The sack by Robert Quinn. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. And an alley to run. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Malik Collins. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. A tie game. I don't think anybody in this building, including you or I, was expecting that.
No, I would agree with that totally. I didn't expect to see it at all, but I kind of like where they were going with this. You know, as you said, tie game, trying to steal a possession, steal an advantage, and you told your defense at the half you were going to do it, which also told them that you had confidence in them in case it failed, as that one just did.
Now you've given good field position here to start the 3rd quarter. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Elliott. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Pollard. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 22 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Fielded about a yard deep. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Falcons. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
That was a special return, And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are able to regain the lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Hey, high 7.
Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, Zoo.
Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Gun. 11.
Here we go on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Trying to run for it with Pollard. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Space.
Get in the way.
Ready to go.
From the gun, Ryan. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. DeMarcus Lawrence. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Switch. Hey, check.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Just like that.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard. 64 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check. Bang, 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 bang.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Dancing to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Collins. And it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game.
You pop. We're going to 54. Wire in. There we go. Kill. Gun.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It was Jack Crawford who brought him down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Elliott. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Hey, kill. Check 47. Here we go, 46. Under 10.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out here in the eye. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. We've now seen 3 consecutive 1-yard gains, and it brings up 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Check.
They'll let Elliott try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
25! 51, Chubb!
One last shot for Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.